Today I'm here with Lisa and Sarah, and we're going to be discussing a very important topic, which is short-term rental versus long-term rental. A lot of people don't know what's better for them, and they come here thinking they want one, and they end up getting the other. So let's really get into the nuts and bolts of this today, so we can kind of help you get your head wrapped around the different options for you. Thoughts on vacation rentals, Lisa and Sarah? People think they don't generate enough money to pay for themselves. Is this the case?
Not necessarily. Again, it really comes down to location and community. And after doing this for 12 years, I can honestly say, and I think Erica and Sarah would agree, you see yourself as an agent selling the same communities over and over again. And reason being is the cash flow, the appreciation, the HOAs in good standing, and the management companies that we have in place, we've seen their success. So I think the misconception of long-term versus short-term, or if short-term's not going to generate any cash flow, again, it's all about where you buy and and what you're looking to buy and what your long-term goal is with the property. Whether you want to use it or you just want to put cash right now in the Florida market and have somebody else generate the revenue for you, and then again, that's when they're going to go into a long-term property.
Right, because I've seen some short-term rentals that generated just as much income and a return as a long-term rental. And I've seen some long-term rentals that do much better than a short-term rental. So like you said, it really depends on the community you buy in. Because I even think with a long-term rental, you can buy in the wrong community, and it's a very competitive community, and you're going to have to drop your rent. You're going to have to keep dropping your rent just to get it rented out, which is going to eat your bottom line up. So it really doesn't, I think, matter so much as to the return, because I think you can do well on both. I mean, obviously long-term rental is going to be a little more stable than a short-term rental, but it really comes down to, I think, what do you want to do with that property? What is your goal? Would you agree, Sarah, that we have two different types of investors here? We have the emotional investor, and then we have the non-emotional investor.
Absolutely, I would agree. We have many people that come to us thinking that a short-term rental is right for them, and after speaking with them, you realize that they really have no interest in visiting Orlando. They don't vacation on Orlando a lot, and that's when we maybe start speaking to them about a long-term option where they can put some money, make cash flow, and it's a little less work on their part. And one thing they have to also remember in long-term rentals, like short-term rentals, is the community. Because a long-term rental might be a little bit farther away from Disney, you want to make sure that you're in a community that's going to sustain itself, and also about long-term appreciation. Very
good points. And so let's just kind of nail this down then. For somebody who is considering buying a vacation rental,
okay,
what should their mindset be for buying a vacation rental?
In regards to location, do they want to use it? Are you going to use it as a second home? Are you going to market it? Do you want someone to solely market it for you? And cash flow. Again, financing, paying cash, and the dollar amount that you want to spend.
Right, so I think it would be safe to say what type of involvement level they really want in the investment. Like Sarah just mentioned, some people want to be completely hands-off, and they just want nothing to do with it at all. I really feel like in those cases that person is better suited for a long-term rental investment, because even though management companies really are hands-on with short-term rentals, I still feel like there's some type of owner involvement at a higher level than a long-term rental.
Agreed.
And that's just part of the investment, and they are very rewarding because you do get to bring your family there and use them, and you could never do that with a long-term rental. I do want to talk a little bit about a long-term rental now for those that might be considering that option. What you can expect in returns and location, things like that. Because I do notice people that are not emotionally attached to this investment. They strictly want the cash flow. They have this mindset that everything out there is the same. You just put your money somewhere and you're going to get a return. And I don't feel like that's the case.
It's not, and I can say, the part of the company that I deal with is I work with a lot of the buyers. And what I see, the internet has been such a great resource to a lot of our clients, but sometimes false information, just like the media. You hear the prices are going to continue to go down, or I have a lot of clients that have been looking for over a year just trying to find that right product. And when it comes to the research that we do, whether it's our exclusive listings that a lot of you get, or communities that we might highlight for the month, that is our personal knowledge and research, and our success in the past is why we market and advertise those communities. So you're going to find a lot of communities out there where, you can get for $50,000 or $60,000. And don't get me wrong, there are a few far in between. However, what we have seen, prices are going up. Those locations are not an area that I would ever rent, nor would I ever live in. So it might look really good on paper, but the long-term appreciation is really not going to be there either for the repeat tenant or whatever your 5 to 10 year out plan might be. Whether sell it, if you want to retire and use it, if you think in 5 to 10 years you're going to want to use that property 3 to 5 months out of the year, no longer put it in a long-term rental pool. So I really just think, with everything that you're able to view online, I know that there's a trust factor with agents, but a lot of times our knowledge is what has brought us, 12 to 15 years in the industry with the success of our clients.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to pay a little bit more to get into those better areas. And again, percentage, you're about 5 to 7% on return
Yeah, that's net.
on an average long-term rental community.
Right, and a lot of people don't understand. I think you have something to say, so maybe I'll let you jump in.
I did. I just wanted to quickly say about a long-term rental community is one thing you want to think about is you're not dealing with the importance of being how close you are to Disney, but you want to look at the other residential communities that are surrounding that neighborhood as well as the schools. That's going to be really important for now and long-term for that property.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, that's a huge thing. Especially with areas that are building a lot of medical facilities are booming right now. Those are the kind of areas you really want to be in. And one thing I wanted to add to the long-term rental thing was some property managers, the good ones that you're going to want to manage your property, will not take properties in really bad areas. They don't have employees that are willing to go to those areas to service them. And that's just the reality of it. So you're kind of limiting your options by trying to go into these, I'm trying to think of the right word to say it, but these areas that are not so great, because you're only going to be able to get certain people to manage that property. Now, flipping back to vacation rentals.
Just real quick, one last thought on long-term rental, and I have many clients right now that I'm currently working with, that they think that they want to expand their portfolio, they want to buy 2 or 3 units. I tell my clients up front, as much as I would like to sell you 3 or 4 condos or townhomes, I'd rather you invest in one good one that might be a little bit more than what you thought you were going to spend. But I know, a year from now, 6 months from now, I have you in a good community. Mm-hmm. You're going to be happy, and in the long run, it's going to bring us more referral, generate more business, in time maybe sell that for you. So it's going to be a win-win for all parties involved.
Right. So we have no benefit to try and putting you into properties that we don't think are going to be good for you, because our business is solely referral. So we want to make sure you're happy, and that us helping you build your portfolio is really truly helping you build your portfolio and growing it, not just selling you things. So you have to be careful, because I think there's a lot of agents out there that will take advantage of some investors that are looking to grow their portfolio. They'll just sell them whatever. One thing you should know about our exclusive properties is a lot of these properties have been filtered 3, 4, and 5 times over, which means that not only have we been there and run the numbers and made sure they work, we've had property managers running the numbers, we've had large investment groups running the numbers. I mean, these numbers have been run. So the stuff we're sending you, or the stuff we recommend to you, are properties that have shown time and time again that they're going to generate you the income. And that's what you really want in a long-term rental. So that when you go to sell it in 5 or 10 years, or whatever your exit strategy is, you can get your money back for it and make money on it. Now, going back to vacation rental, I think that on that side of it, what people need to know in closing is that, there is that involvement, but if you want to make that same return, that 5-6% return, there's maybe 4 or 5 communities in Kissimmee that will give you that, if you guys would agree with that. I think
Yes.
Only about 4 or 5 of them, and you need to have somewhat of your hands on the investment, doing owner bookings, because that's when you generate more income to yourself. So we can teach you how to do that. You can certainly generate the same return as a long-term rental. It's just more involvement. But again, you get the benefit of being able to use it and build memories with your family, which is priceless to me. So if you guys don't have anything to say or add to that, I think we're good.
No, I agree. I just think a lot in regards, real quick, to short-term rental, a lot of clients don't realize that you can cross-market with short-term rental with your management company to maximize your rental potential. And we can all speak, we have multiple clients that own 300, 400, and again, you don't have to spend that dollar amount, but are very successful getting 35 to 40 weeks booked a year.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and we're always willing to pass on referrals or people that have worked with us in the past that are always open and willing to speak to our clients if they have specific questions that are actually in the market and doing what you're wanting to do.
Right, and I think it's important too, before you buy, to ask for references. Even whether you're working with us or you're working with another agent, you should always be asking for references, because an agent that is experienced in this market should be able to give those to you. And you want to know too, you know, this person went through the same process as you, the same thought process, the same everything. So you can kind of relate to what they went through, and they can sometimes help guide you as well as from a different perspective. So hopefully this was helpful on helping you decide, you know, the difference between short-term rental and long-term rental. Of course, we'd love to speak one-on-one with you in more detail and kind of share some more information with you on a more personal level. So please feel free to reach out to us via email, go to our website, give us a call. We're happy to consult. And we are available 7 days a week to speak with you. And also, if you would like us on Facebook, we do post a lot of great stuff there. And subscribe to our website, because we will be keeping you updated via video. And also sending out only to our investors that sign up on our website new and exclusive property offerings that you won't find on the MLS or on the internet. So you certainly don't want to miss out on that if you want to stay privy to the market. And it's been great chatting with you, and I look forward to talking to you soon again. Cheers.